This is getting worse, and you guys need to be prepared. Brand new articles coming out. Heat wave set to scorch the U.S. as meteorologists warn unusually large heat dome, and this is not to be played with. I've got new updates on that, and you guys need, it is going to be hot. They're saying we're going to be breaking records, all-time records. And what's coming with all this heat? Warning, as deadly fungal storm sweeps America with toxic dust carrying diseases. Boy, folks, what are we in for? I'm going to get you guys the latest on this coming right up. All right, guys, welcome back. A lot of you guys thought that this heat thing was gonna come and go. Not so fast. They're saying that this super El Nino, not specifically considered a super El Nino yet, but last week was 60%. Now it's up to 80% that this will be a super El Nino. Last super El Nino was in 1877. Got a video on that in case you missed it. We're talking about world-changing event where 40 million people didn't make it. So when they're throwing around terms like super El Nino, setting records, all-time records, like, this is not to be toyed with. And I've been watching closely. Is it subsiding or is it getting worse? It looks like it's getting worse. This image right here, straight from the NOAA. A lot of those dark areas are 110, even up to 115 degrees. Most of the Americans in the lower 48 are bracing for an unusually large, strong, and long-lasting heat dome, which the National Weather Service warns will drive temperatures to significant and dangerous levels. I'm thinking about droughts. I'm thinking about crazy wildfires. Walking hand in hand with super El Nino, we're looking at super bipolar weather, from storms to wind, wildfires, raging floods. And when hurricanes are usually unlikely with the super El Nino, well, they're saying this one's different because we've got possible tornadoes kicking up just about everywhere. Not to mention the typhoons. This is a new update. The severe heat wave is set to begin this weekend and persist for at least a week, with some regions experiencing its effects through the end of the month, according to meteorologists. Most people will be experiencing 15 to 25 degrees higher than normal. That means when you guys thought you were going to get a break through the night, didn't get a break. It's still hot, still sweating inside. A lot of people going to be running power, and what has happened in the past when a lot of people run power to run their AC? Rolling blackouts, scheduled blackouts. Because of the power surge, they're going to ask you, or just turn off your power and say, hey, got to slow it down. Everybody's using too much power. We've seen it before, and this is looking like a tall tale sign that we're probably going to see it again. So real quick, just make sure you guys are stocked up on water provisions. Certain things won't run when the power is out, so keep that in mind as well. Staying cool, staying wet, damp cloths, damp towels. There's a lot of things you guys can do. So Swain, a climate scientist with the University of California Agriculture and Natural Resources, described the impending event as pretty remarkable. He added, "This is going to be a long duration, widespread, and high intensity heat event that's going to affect millions of people for over a week." I feel like we've been already experiencing it for like a month. And then what comes after that? I have a feeling more super El Nino type tactics. And again, I'm glad you guys are back. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up if you guys like me bringing value, stuff that you don't have to research. And let me know down in the comments real quick, are you experiencing it? In what state and what temperatures are you experiencing? So they're saying that this high pressure dome, which effectively traps the hot air like a lid while blocking cool winds and rain, will initially settle over the northern plains. Its immense size means it will ensure sweltering conditions across as much as 2/3 of the continental United States. You guys want to know what areas are going to be experiencing the worst? Forecasters anticipate record triple-digit highs this weekend. Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Wyoming, Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota. They're saying that 90% of the United States will have records tied or broken. So as things are getting hot and you guys are trying to figure out how to sleep at night, or you need to subsidize all of the energy that you're consuming through the power grid or whatever, watch this video right here. I teach you guys how to make an at-home air conditioner with all you need is a fan and some frozen bottles. It's super easy. I'll put links to these videos down in the description and the pinned comment. They say that Climate Central's analysts utilize 20 different computer models, comparisons, forecasts to conditions expected without greenhouse gas included, warming, ensuring a huge climate shift index. They're saying 20,000 square mile stretch. They're saying 24 million people will be experiencing that throughout the end of the weekend and for into next week. And I could show you tons of maps, and I'd throw up a few images of this crazy temperatures that we're gonna see. But the other scary thing that's coming along with this is a deadly fungal storm, and it's getting worse fast. This headline, warning as deadly fungal storm sweeps America with toxic dust carrying disease. Look at this right here, a massive dust storm seen passing over Arizona. These storms can carry fungal spores which cause valley fever. And that's not all. There's another thing that's spreading. I'm going to tell you here in just a second. But with this toxic dust carrying diseases, it's all over the news. Giant storm filled with potentially deadly fungal spores are set to sweep across at least 11 states this summer, with the worst conditions still weeks away. What are we getting set up for here? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Meteorologists and health experts have warned that dust storms in the southwest will stir up dangerous fungal spores from the soil through September, potentially exposing millions to valley fever. I mean, listen, you got a lot from this to weather that kind of says, hey, you guys are gonna need to stay indoors. I mean, if it ain't the heat, who wants the jungle fever or the valley fever? I mean, dang. They're saying the common illness is a lung infection caused by breathing in microscopic fungus particles called coccidioides that live in dry soil, frequently blown around with strong desert winds. Anyway, I could read through this whole article, but I'm just hitting kind of the highlights. The spores turn into growing fungal cells in the immune system. It typically fights off, but causing mild flu-like symptoms such as fever, cough, headaches in most patients. But they're saying that the severe infections can spread. And I'm talking about to the organs and bones and be fatal. Now you're wondering what states could be bad. I'm going to tell you. Illness could soon skyrocket in the Southwest, including California, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, and Texas. And they're talking about it's not even going to peak until October. Like, good Lord. And that's not even the only thing that everybody's dealing with right now. There's another big one. This just out today. Dozens hospitalized with cyclosporiasis as cases of gastrointestinal illnesses spike in 31 states. I'm telling you, it's not one thing, it's another. And this is a big deal. Watch this.
So health officials today are trying to figure out what's behind a surge in that parasitic illness we've been telling you about, the one that's making people super sick with the explosive diarrhea, with the fatigue, with the bloating. Now, health officials think this could all be caused by contaminated produce. They've seen outbreaks before linked to things like raspberries, basil, those pre-chopped bags of mixed lettuce at the grocery store. This thing shows no sign of slowing down with this spread, right? More than 1,200 cases across a dozen states right now. By the way, in Michigan alone, 700. Yikes. Normally, Michigan...
Guys, I'm bringing this up because this is all at the same time as a crazy heat wave in the weather. Explosive, days of explosive diarrhea. That sounds horrible in the middle of 3-digit temps that are record breaking, right? So this is good to know about because it has no, like she just said, it has no signs of slowing down. Like this thing is just going skyrocket because of all this hot weather.
Normally, Michigan, in like a typical year, sees about 50 cases. So this is way up. Dr. Kavita Patel joins us now. Why is it way up? What's going on here?
Yeah, Hallie, a couple of things are happening. It's warm weather, and that's definitely a source of cyclospora, which is causing this illness, is a single cell parasite that just loves this type of weather. On top of that, we've seen record cases because doctors are looking for it. You mentioned that the symptoms are pretty typical of like what we would say is explosive diarrhea. That tends to lead people to come into a doctor's office. But once we know that this is happening, we start to try to track this down, and thus we find even more cases. It has to do with contaminated water, with human feces, getting into that produce, covering low-lying fruits and vegetables, typically cilantro, basil, mixed lettuce, as you mentioned. Those are things that I would warn people. You don't need to avoid, but you need to be very careful in washing those items. And something that we don't talk about enough, open water sources, ponds, lakes. It's summer, so we're in a lot of those settings, and that's contributing to the rise too, Hallie.
Do they know specifically, like we're showing different produce, people know to wash their produce. They haven't identified specifically what could be linked to this particular outbreak. outbreak, right?
No, and it's hard because the incubation period is about 1 to 2 weeks. So that can be a long period of time. Imagine talking to a patient who's got this diarrheal episode, and then you say, Hallie, what have you eaten over the last 2 weeks?
And that's just it. Trying to figure out what food that you ate over the last 2 weeks is ridiculous. And so they have no idea exactly where this is coming from, where the sources are. All they know is this hot weather and this heat dome is making it exceptionally worse. Now, the advice I can give you is when you get your produce, it's good to put it in the refrigerator because it sounds like this foodborne parasite does not like cold air. So whatever's happening with it, throw it in the fridge. It can really slow that all down and maybe kill it. The other thing is using a good vegetable wash. You know, I've told you where I shop. It's non-toxic ingredients, American made. It's what we use to wash all of our vegetables. It's a non-toxic one. Like, it's a really good non-toxic version to compare to what's out there. So I'll put a link to that down in the description, and you can order just one thing. You just have to request to our team to give you a non-member link, and you can order just one thing. There's a lot of perks into ordering more and becoming a member, but if you just need one thing, if you just want the vegetable wash, just say, give me the non-member link. I just want the vegetable wash, and you're good to go. Now, I could deep dive into this potential super El Nino, which I think is what we're gonna see. And we've got all this crazy stuff. It's not just the weather. It's not just this prolonged heat stuff that we're gonna be dealing with. There is so many byproducts that we're gonna have to deal with. And we don't know until it comes. And I hope for the best, but we're already seeing a lot of signs, symptoms that this weather phenomenon that's happening right now, that's setting records and not set to go anywhere, only to get worse. We're gonna be dealing with it for a little while. So being aware, knowing what's going on, being prepared as much as possible, going into next year even, like they say that this super El Nino will affect us until next year. So I think it's definitely a time to pay attention, do what you can, and always be aware so that you guys aren't caught off guard. Good thing is you got me. I'll keep doing research. I'll keep dropping videos. If you guys are not getting notifications, click off the notifications, click off the subscribe, and then subscribe right back. Some people are saying they're not getting notifications to the videos. I wonder why. Anyway, throw me in a comment, share this out, make sure people are aware. I got a lot more coming down the pipe. Keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing. We'll see you on the next one.